Hi and welcome to Inside the Shed with me, Steve Hearn. And as you can see, I'm back actually inside the shed itself. For those of you that had previously been watching my videos, I haven't posted some for quite some time, but I had a little run a couple of years ago of producing a number of videos, and they were entitled Inside the Shed. It seemed very appropriate because my studio come office at that time was here inside this shed, which is in my garden. That worked for me very well at the time. And then I had an opportunity where my small box bedroom in the house became available with the children growing up and moving out into their own homes. And it just seemed to make sense to move the studio into the house, especially through the winter times, because the cost of heating the shed, it was beginning to become quite expensive to be based out here. And also sometimes it was a bit awkward in the evenings to have to come out to the shed to get to my office materials if I was working with inquiries from customers, etc. So being in the house just made so much sense. It was the right thing to do. But I've recently been thinking about YouTube videos and creating like blogs, vlogs, or whatever you want to call them. And I thought, well, you know what, why don't I just go back in the shed and just record these videos and do a special project. And what I mean by that is I am determined, absolutely determined, that in 2016 I'm going to be doing regular videos from inside the shed here. And there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, life has changed somewhat with family and health problems, and I've realised that I can't let that drag me down. I really need to keep pushing forward and keep pushing the envelope and just not let that become such a burden for me that it's a negative. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to have something to look forward to each week and try and do weekly vlogs, podcast things, whatever you want to call these things, videos, and just put them out, and basically just for some fun, really. The other reason is that the shed at the moment, as you might see here, I've got my step ladders. What I've done, the shed, when it became vacant, I basically took a load of my maintenance equipment, household maintenance and garden stuff and tools and pots of paint and all kinds of stuff, and just put it all here into the shed to make this the storage area for our home. And it is in a bit of a mess, and I thought, you know, it'd be good fun to record the progress, because one thing I want to do next year in 2016 is work on reorganising the shed here so it's tidy, so I can have it as a storage, but also I want to be able to do something with it for the garden. I'm not sure exactly what, you know, bounding ideas around maybe doing some kind of little bar or something, tiki bar or something like that. I'm not sure, but I just want to make it so it's kind of still usable on a social basis as well as being practical storage for us. So I thought if I do these videos, and as I go step by step very slowly to start tidying and reorganising the shed, you'll be able to see that progress as we go. So that's the idea, that's the plan. So I'm hoping that you'll see this as good news, that we are back inside the shed. And we're going to have some fun. So we're going to be talking about kind of my tidying up of the shed, but I'm also going to be touching upon, you know, some computer stuff, so to do with computing and arts and what I do with my business, doing caricatures, and touching upon what other people do and friends of mine that I know and what's going on, and kind of general chit chat and stuff, which I hope you'll find interesting. I don't want to make it sort of really just a weekly boring thing. I'm sure sometimes it will be good and sometimes it may not be so good, but I'm going to try my best. But the thing is, I want to enjoy this actually and have some fun. As I say, it gives me a chance to have something to look forward to and do something that's positive. And as I say, I hopefully record the progress of the shed being transformed into a more I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but efficient kind of storage area for my materials, like, you know, tools and paint and bits and bobs and step ladders and things, and things that fall down at the back of me there. It's a bit of, I'll show you. Let's show you now. The shed here is in a right old state. It's a right old mishmash of bits and bobs, and what I've got down here is, I did treat myself to a new iMac, and this is the box the iMac came in, and there's all kinds of toot and stuff, and it's a right old mess. As you can see, if you watched the videos before, you would have remembered that it was reasonably tidy and I had stuff in here, but it's in a bit of an old mess. So anyway, I'm going to try and come to an end, because this is going on as a video is getting quite long. So this is to let you know that we're back inside the shed, and starting in January 2016, in a few weeks time, we're going to be having a regular inside the shed video from me, Steve, and I hope you'll join along and enjoy the journey through 2016 as I do the videos. Excuse me, a little frog in my throat. And I hope to see you on the videos, and as always, be lovely to hear from you, comments, emails, whatever, and I hope you'll enjoy these. And I will then see you in January. But for now, one last thing as I go, just to say a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I trust you and yours, your family and friends, you all get together this Christmas, have a wonderful time, enjoy yourselves, and have a chance to relax, and maybe just smile and think everything's okay. Until then, I'll see you in January. Take care, God bless, and have fun.